Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Surviving Mars in New Warsaw, because we're playing as Poland in a slightly modded and slightly lower than maximum difficulty run in Surviving Mars on a map that maybe you guys have not seen before, and already it's turning out to be kind of disastrous. We do not have any nearby source of water, at least that we've discovered. That is a huge problem. It means I'm completely dependent on these moisture vaporators, and I don't like being in that situation. Still, we can do a couple things to make this better. Let's go ahead and hook up the other moisture vaporators, so whenever the fuel refinery is off, more water is getting tossed into the stockpile. We can start producing our own polymers. That's good. There's more that needs to be done, though. I want to get 3D machining so I can start getting my own machine parts. That's going to be very critical for us. And at the end of the last video, we got a planetary breakthrough for factory automation. Lower the amount of workers needed in factories. This is one of the best in the game, even though kind of like the whole polarization. It's not very flashy, it's just really good. Less workers needed is good when you have not a lot of population, like I don't, and it also means that every individual worker is more effective. So normally you'd need 6 workers in order to get to 100% efficiency. Then we need to go down to 4. This worker, instead of only being like 17% efficiency, will become 25. This one worker will get me more value. So it's a very, very good tech to get. The only downside is it's going to take things like electronics, which I do not have, and I'm completely out of money to go buy things from Earth. So yeah, we'll get the tech. It's just not going to do a lot. What was that? Oh, Martian-born, we has a baby. Look at those giant, terrifying eyes. But there we go. So we already have some replacement population. That's great for us. I need to turn on some extra food, actually. This is going to be important for me. I can just tell you that right now. Because I'm a little bit worried we're not going to preserve enough of this. So if we're going to have babies coming in, let's go ahead and pull a couple people off of different jobs. And we'll have the farmers go work during the night shift. And we'll start making sure we preserve as much of this food as possible. As far as birth rates, like, you really want to try to preserve around 70-75 comfort rating at a minimum. That is the slightly positive birth rate. It's more than a replacement birth rate, right? As people die and then you have more births to recover it, you maintain a steady population. Above 70-75, that's where you have a little bit of growth happen instead. So where we are right now is good. It's what I need to maintain myself, but we need better than that. Rockscape. I can't do this one. I'd like to, but I can't. So I remember this event. 25 morale sounds fantastic. Except, it usually results in people getting too raucous and damaging your dome, and it costs you like 15 polymers to repair. So I have to say no. And that's sad. I don't like saying no. For those about to rock, I do in fact salute you. But I can't let you break my dang dome. If I could trust you people to just like keep it under control, that'd be one thing. But no, not gonna happen. We need to go ahead and start getting a ramp, by the way. I'd like to get a ramp that's gonna go down to this area. So we can instead start moving our scans. We'll go down over here where the water is. I know there's water down here. I know there's a lot of water down there. However, it's in a cold area that's going to cost me a lot of extra power to deal with the permafrost. So it's not an ideal situation, but in an emergency, I'd like to have that. So we'll go for it. We'll finish up the scans we're already doing in this area, though. Might as well. And then, you know what thing we could do?
Research complete.
We could get enough fuel to launch the rocket again. And there is a anomaly. This one right here. 6 crew, which is, only 12 hours of having people not working their jobs, get research progress. It could be enough science to go ahead and just finish out the 3D machining for me, which would be very good. So, yeah, we'll try for that in a little bit. But we need to get our fuel situated first, so nothing I can do right now. How are we doing as far as water storage? Gradually building up. Good. All right, I like to see that. Are we going to have enough power, by the way? We should have enough to get through the night. I think we have just exactly the amount of power we need for what I've got. So we've got our equilibrium. That's good. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're in a really tenuous situation here. It's not unmanageable. We're doing okay-ish, but I'm a little scared. Hey, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and send this rocket. Yeah, launch some people into space. Go, run, get an expedition done. That means people aren't working their jobs, but it also means there's less people here who need jobs to be managed. So it's fine. Let's just go ahead and get that extra research progress. Make sure we finish with the 3D scanner. We found water! Where? Way up here. Dang it. That'd be a really long way to transfer water, wouldn't it? And that's why I'm saying I think we may have a small problem here.
Research complete.
Oh, well. All right, we got 3,500 science. Heck yes. All right, that was enough to make a lot of progress. It finished out the factory automation already. Wow. Okay, no, that's good. Okay, good. Yeah, very good. What do we want next then? Well, I kind of want to go toward automated systems. If I can get an automatic rare metals extractor, I mean, it's very expensive. This will take a while. But we could start extracting some metals and send stuff back to Earth and fund ourselves that way. Not very well, mind you, but at least a little bit. Okay, here comes our first round of food. Boom. That's a little bit more science for me. Okay, I can pull back one worker here and still feel pretty good about this. Let's have someone go work here. You always want to have at least one person per shift if you can, working overtime. That's more effective than having multiple people working on the same shift. It's always been a weird quirk of surviving Mars, where the first person working is always more efficient than anyone else you toss on. So in this case, definitely better to do it this way. And the ramp just finished over here. Perfect. All right, that means we can send our explorer to go and scan an anomaly. Do I want to do that and spend this, or would I rather save it for an emergency situation? I guess I would like to try for this. All right, go ahead and research that anomaly. Hopefully that ends up being the best thing. Anomaly analyzed. We get another 1,200 or so science. That's not a lot, but oh well, it's fine. Keep scanning this approximate area. Find out what else you can. Another anomaly analyzed. Oh my god, we get money. Thank you. Holy crud. 8 million in funding and 3,000 science is so helpful right now. I'll be able to actually buy things like moisture vaporators if I find myself in a dire position, which we are. So, okay. Good. Excellent. That could be a lifesaver right now. Since water is going to be consistently a problem for me, I don't mind going ahead and buying a couple of these now. Yeah, I'm willing to do this. There's nothing else we can fit here. This is my maximum weight. We'll go ahead and spend 440 million right now. But 2 more moisture vaporators. I can place down 1 more and feel like I have enough water to keep things going forever. And we don't have to necessarily rely on going for water extraction down here, which, by the way, there it is. That might be our closest source, and it's in a terrible spot. So yeah, I'd like to have some backup options. Thank you very much. Oh, one thing I forgot to do. Should do this. Let's get a small machine parts factory. Go ahead and place one of these over here. Get this going. I want to start being able to produce enough machine parts to, at the minimum, cover my maintenance needs. All right, with this thing up and running, we'll have 1 person working overtime on a shift. That's only 0.6 production per soul. That's not exactly amazing, is it? Yeesh. And that's as the Polish. We're more efficient at doing this than most people. Well, we need to get some of these things up and running, so we will give that one a go. Population, we actually have a homeless person. What do you know? Hold on. That actually is important to deal with immediately, because whenever you have a single person who is homeless in your dome, the birth rate just plummets. So, gotta make sure you stay on top of that. Looks like we just had 1 more baby than I was aware of, because no one tells me anything. Look, I'm just running a colony over here, all right? If you're not going to send me some sort of a baby shower notification, don't be surprised when I have no idea what's going on and I'm out of the loop. And here cometh a dust storm. Okay. Well, I have another moisture vaporator set up, so we got 4 now. So we're starting to build up a supply of water, which is good. Not a lot, mind you. I'm going to turn off all fuel production for a little bit. Try to conserve some water if we can. I'm tempted to now shut down all polymer production. And I think that that's probably the right call as well, at least for now. So we're about to go into the night shift, at which point, yeah, we'll go ahead and turn this off. Have people go and work, let's say, at the small machine parts factory instead for the moment. My real concern is, do I need to shut down the farm to conserve water? And I really, really hope not. But if we're generating a lot of water right now, and if we can store a fair bit with this second water tank and get this close to full, I think we'll be able to make it. All right, we have the automated systems tech done. So if we want to, we can take a look at getting the automatic rare metals extraction. Gonna cost me a fair bit in terms of machine parts. I don't even have enough of these right now, so okay. Does not produce as much as a person would working in the rare metals extractor over here, but considering I don't have labor to go around, this is a way of opening some stuff up. The same thing would be true with things like the automated electronics factory. I mean, imagine we have this and we have some electronics going up and running. That'd be pretty darn nice now, wouldn't it? Huh. And we can do this without even having learned about micro-manufacturing. Okay. So that's a way of getting myself some electronics production. It's not efficient, but it's there. I probably do want to try setting one of these up, but until I get more machine parts, it's kind of a moot point. All right, I am full on both of my water tanks now, by the way. So the storm's about to hit, and we're going to lose all water production. A lot of power is about to go away as well. Say goodbye. There we go. But we're still making enough power right now to be okay. And as long as we're not running the machine parts factory at night, I think we'll be fine. So we probably can keep the farm going. Probably. We'll keep an eye on this water tower, and if it looks like by the time we get down to about 2 souls remaining, we burn through this too fast, we'll have to turn off the farm. And that risks killing off all my potatoes, and that would be a disaster in its own right, but we need to have water. Oh, and of course, we're starting to get some leaks. This will be a thing for our power cables and our pipes and so on. We're going to have to jump on that if we see anything from life support fall apart, by the way. Somebody is currently unemployed, really. Tell you what, go ahead and also work on the machine parts or something temporarily. I think that's fine. But anyway, yeah, so we have to watch for those. Those get very annoying. It's one of the reasons you want to be as compact as you really feel like you can and not have too many of these long pipes and cables going all over the place. It's tempting to do that just because you can, but all those leaks are a huge freaking problem. These dang leaks are annoying. All right, go to infrastructure whenever this happens. Just salvage and destroy that thing. Yes, it splits up your life support. Yes, it's a problem, but better than losing some of your oxygen and your water per second, right? Always been a weird trick, honestly, in Surviving Mars. They never bothered to fix this. It was always kind of exploity. But it's fine. Better just, you know, cut off the leak, fix it, repair it that old-fashioned way. Save a lot more materials that way. Okay, we actually might be about to run out of oxygen. Just barely. We're only a few hours away, so I don't think anyone's going to die from this, but I do think sanity might take a hit. We're really close, but yeah, we're about to run out of oxygen. All right, no life support. That's not good. But we'll have enough water. Barely. I don't know. You guys can hold your breath for 4 hours, right? That's no problem. It's not an issue. I mean, we've got to have, like, emergency oxygen, like gas masks and stuff like that, right? Little oxygen tanks. You know, we have to have fire extinguishers in our home here on Earth. I would think that everyone has to have an emergency oxygen tank. There we go. Problem solved. Moxie, turn on, please. Thank you. There we go. Easy. See? We're fine. Who's worried? Oh, God, and now we have a cold wave. All right, so this will kill me, right? Well, no, not really, but it could get close. So here's what's going to happen with the cold wave is the entire area is going to freeze. The only way to get around this is to place down some subsurface heaters, which I have researched, but I have to place them in an area that is able to protect things like my water towers. Otherwise, we are not going to be able to store any water. It all freezes over. Which actually, now that I think about it, is a reason I should not have placed this water tower over here. I should have kept them compact for this exact reason. But like I said, I'm a little rusty. It's been a while since I played this game, so hold on. Subsurface heater, huh? Yeah, the range on this thing is atrociously bad. Okay. Well, it's going to consume water, which is one big problem. What it also does is, in order to keep everything else running, is we are going to start taking up a load of power. Like, lots of power is going to get consumed, keeping everything warm and functioning. Okay, we're going to place the heater probably over here. The thing that matters at the end of the day is it covers as many electronic buildings as possible, like the polymers, and also that the range extends into the dome, even a little bit. I think this is not enough. But we can expand the range a little bit. It's just going to consume more. Anyway, it should protect some of this. We'll keep one water tank up and a run, and this one will get lost, but as long as we can outproduce the problem, we'll still end up being okay. Another anomaly researched. Micro-G mining and such. Not useful. Oh boy. Rover Command AI at least can be okay. Automated modes and stuff. I mean, I do like that, I guess. Yeah, none of that's going to save my bacon. All right, well, cold snap's about to hit us. So when we're really close to being turned on, this thing's currently drawing only a 1.6 power, right? Not much, just a little bit of water, a little bit of power, not too bad. But now that it's about to hit, we should go ahead and expand the radius. What you're shooting for is a radius that covers at least the center of a dome, because otherwise the dome's power consumption will double from all the extra heating. And then any extra radius that you increase, it needs to try and cover something else. Like, for example, I built the automated rare metals extractor. If I don't want to spend 24 power on this, I want to spend 12. Better to spend 5 power increasing the radius of this heater and not doubling this cost. Same thing here with the moisture vaporator. So This should be, I think, about as far as I want it to go. Now, the problem is we're consuming a ton of power all of a sudden. So let's go ahead and activate a few extra solar panels. And unfortunately, I just got an event where my dome is going to consume double power no matter what, unless I spend 15 machine parts, which I don't have. Great. No, thanks for that. Gosh dang it. All right, well, guess this means we need even more of these stupid solar panels. The good news is I did finish with the dust repulsion tech. So they should require very infrequent maintenance now. So even though I am spending a lot of metals, they're not nearly as much of a long-term like cost and liability. So I'd rather go ahead and get these suckers activated and try to have enough power to survive throughout the gosh dang day. Gosh, this thing is going to last for 4 sols more? Yeah, these cold waves are brutal. They last a very, very long time. Oh, good. Someone just became a coward now. Means that sanity and stuff's been taking some pretty nasty hits, which these natural disasters will absolutely do on occasion. General training, smart home. Okay, this is actually a really good tech, and we need to get this for sure. Boost up the power of all of my non-specialized colonists, which is everyone. That'll be a huge production boost. We need to get that. But yeah, anyway, what was I saying? All right, these things can last a long time. There's a reason why I think it's often worth trying to go for the terraforming and the greenhouse gases as quickly as you can, if you have the extra fuel to spare. Because it takes a very long time to increase the temperature of the planet, but the more you do, the less impactful these cold waves are going to become, and eventually they go away entirely, which is obviously great. We're up to 20 population in the dome now, by the way. So despite all of these problems, we're still having kids. That's good, that's good. No one has reached senior age yet, but we do have a bunch of middle-aged people, so if we don't start seeing more of a birth rate pretty soon, I am going to get a little concerned. But comfort is sitting around 74, which is kind of what we're shooting for, so okay. And right now, we're at least in a position where I'm making enough power that we can survive this cold wave. So okay, everything's looking good right now. It could be better, but it also could be a heck of a lot worse, so I'll accept this. Okay, so this thing's able to produce currently about 6 production per sol. I have night shift off because it just takes up too much power, but that's actually not bad. That's better than I would be able to do with laborers right now. Considering how effective this is, I'm starting to wonder if it makes sense to even have an automated machine parts factory. I mean, base production of 12. I mean, yeah, it has a pretty high maintenance cost of electronics, but honestly, between all these automated things, as long as you have all of them and you have enough power to go around, this seems like it might be better in the early game. Huh. Well, I can't build this right now, but I do feel like my base production being able to work through the day and the night, we'd be able to produce a heck of a lot more than these small machine parts are with 5 people right now, by the way. I'm just saying. Okay, oh, what do we find over here? Oh, good, more stuff, and the underground. Yeah, I don't really plan on using the underground, not for a while. By the time that you can use the underground, you don't need it anymore. So that's always been kind of one of the problems, I think, with that DLC. It's like, cool feature, but like, when am I going to use it? Really, though. Another anomaly analyzed, more techs added for research. Good lord, they just keep finding all these other techs for me. They're not actually unlocking anything useful. Where's the dang breakthroughs on this stupid planet? Ugh. Whatever, it's fine. We're actually producing a halfway decent amount of electronics all of a sudden. Do not care about the underground. We're not going to touch that. Now that I'm actually getting electronics, let's go ahead and get the upgrade for automation. We're going to reduce the number of people that have to work here, which will help save a little bit of labor in a few other places. And since we have clearly enough electronics coming in, like, this is completely fine. So, boom. All right, now we only need 1 worker each. Yep. So we're now up to max efficiency of 2 production here per sol, and I can go ahead and do this and get myself a nighttime shift. I don't want to do that, though. That is going to cost me power that I really don't have to spare at the moment. Well, actually, I kind of do. I guess I'm just worried about the discharge rate. Messing with power during a cold wave is always very risky, because if you accidentally have a rolling blackout and things start shutting down, especially the subsurface heater, then it triggers everything else become more expensive, and you have to literally reset the entire... Whoop, don't do that. The entire system. Reset the entire system just to get your power figured out. It's very annoying, actually. But anyway, alright. So at least we're going to start making a halfway decent amount of our machined parts. It's still not amazing, but it's okay. And we can turn on a few other services, and that would also be okay in order to start making people generally just a little bit happier. And now we have a dang meteor storm on the way. Of course we do.
Sector scan.
Why wouldn't we have a meteor storm on the way? It's fine. Yeah, this feels familiar. Max difficulty surviving Mars, huh? Chain events, huh? Yeah, I remember these. You know, since my polymer production is actually looking okay, one thing we could do that would be nice. We get ourselves a little amphitheater. Costs some polymers to get this sucker working, does have a polymer maintenance cost, but it is a fairly cost-effective way of at least meeting the luxury service need. Not amazingly, it's still only a service comfort of 55, but at least it's able to meet it and it doesn't require any additional workers, so this can be kind of nice. Lots of recitals and stuff, huh? What is this, freaking Star Trek The Next Generation? That's actually a very poignant joke because I believe this was called the Picard update for this exact reason. It's funny, really. And as far as the dome heating, there we go. The frost outside melts, we survived, and another day, another disaster has been averted. Morale jumps by 20. Hopefully that will help with the dang sanity, because it's looking pretty terrible right now. All right, Meteor Storm begins. Let's see, where is it hitting? All the way over here. Okay. This is why I'm okay with meteor storms. There's a very high percentage chance that it's just not going to affect you at all, which is substantially better than a lot of the alternatives, I'll tell you what. By the way, look how many electronics we're sitting on now, good lord. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get myself a polymer factory upgrade, which should boost our production dramatically, and you're gonna see exactly why I've been saying that this is gonna be so very, very helpful. Wait for it, wait for it, wait, there we go. All right, now we're producing 2.5. Okay, that's only 0.5 better than I thought it was going to be. And one of my workers disappeared. Hey, get back over here. General training is done. Oh man, that's gonna help. Okay, so there was a 50%, I believe, work penalty for all workers who are working in the wrong facility. We've jumped up to 2.8 over here. We're making 4.8 machine parts now. Okay, that'll help for sure. Food should get a lot more effective. Pretty much everything's about to improve quite a lot. So that's a great tech to pick up. Very happy that we found that. How's sanity starting to look, by the way? It is going up. 65, 66, okay. Yeah, sanity drops very fast in the cold wave. Like every day it drops by 5 for people. It's truly atrocious. All right, planetary survey is done. We could go for the terraforming subsidies and get myself $1 billion. Since I have no money at all, I could see this being useful. But maybe not urgent right now. I do want the deep scanning, because I'd love to find out if there is a deep water deposit or something nearby. You know? I could see that being very important for me to know. Oh, and we actually completed the goal. We have produced 50 machine parts at this point, which actually just got me 20 drone prefabs. Don't have any immediate use for that, but I appreciate it. Would love to have 75 Martian-born specialists for an extra 300 sponsor research. Good lord, that'd be great. But yeah, we're nowhere near any of that. I mean, we're one breakthrough tech away from getting 10 free supply hubs, or supply pods. Yeah, that's good. But it's not going to be for a while. I now have 3 people who are unemployed. That doesn't feel right. I haven't been messing with people's, like, work much. Yet it seems like I keep finding I've got some extra workers to spare. I'm not complaining, mind you, not really. I'm just a little confused if this is maybe the career AI mod messing with a lot of my stuff. I've got a mod that's supposed to make people more intelligent about automatically trying to find jobs that suit, one, their, like, traits and stuff, and also their specializations, which, like, none of these guys really do have. I don't need to do this, by the way. Get rid of the cover crops. We can just make soybeans. Food, by the way, is looking fantastic. We've got 0 problems with food, which does not surprise me. We should be at maximum soil quality, going back and forth between 90 and 100. We're looking good on polymers, we're looking good on machine parts, and electronics are doing shockingly well. I'm a big believer now in the automatic rare metals and such. This is really good, and if I want to jumpstart my economy, all I need to do now is just place one of these things down, and I could do that. I could just place one of these down. It's just, what am I going to do with all my poor people? Like, I don't even need humans anymore, I feel like. I could just, you know, forget the farms, let them all die, and between all the robots, I can produce all the resources I could possibly need. That's what it feels like right now. These seem extremely strong. Maybe a little too strong, I don't know. Some people might think that I violated the spirit of this whole nearly maximum difficulty run. Let's go ahead and send some more people, I guess, on some research missions or something. Got the fuel to spare. I can send my people. We got plenty of resources going around right now. Let's just get some free science. Science is going to be one of my big bottlenecks, and it's still going to come down to water, believe it or not. I know it seems weird, but like water is a threat for me still, even now. I have one more moisture evaporator as an option. I'm not placing it right now because who wants to pay maintenance on it, but this is a thing. So if we wanted to, we can still boost this back up. I wonder how big these are. They're not that big. Huh. I kind of like the idea of these little forest greenhouses as like a natural form of oxygen generation. That's kind of cool. Anyway, sustainable architecture will be finishing up pretty soon, and when that happens, even less maintenance on in-dome buildings. So everything inside here will not need nearly as much as far as maintaining. That's going to save me a ton on electronics and concrete in particular, maybe a few other things here and there. Oh, new technologies, you say? Oh, good. Let's go and discover that anomaly. We get behavioral shaping. The sanatorium actually is very helpful. Wouldn't mind having that. And then we also discovered interplanetary projects so we can do things like import greenhouse gases and blah, blah, blah. Great for terraforming. Not what I'm worried about right now. And we'll go ahead and launch our RC transport one more time to go ahead and unlock some new technologies. There's a sustainable architecture, Beautimus, and we found a bunch more of the deep rare metals. Well, that's grand. I could actually send some of this back to Earth now. We could make some decent cash. And we unlocked stem reconstruction, growth stimulators, waste rock liquefaction, so we can get concrete plants and stuff. Okay, there's the arcology, home collective, increase the service comfort of the building. Yeah, that's not helping me right now either. Where's my breakthroughs? I really want breakthroughs. They're the fun ones. Come on. Oh, but we do have a new problem. I've got seniors. Yep. Okay, so this is now finally the point where our age is going to start catching up with us. My middle-aged people, of which we're going to have a lot that were all kind of around the same age at once coming from Earth, are all going to start getting old, and they're going to start becoming useless to me pretty quick. So we are about to hit the next big crunch of the early game. Can we survive the sudden loss of half of our population? Honestly, with the power of these automated factories, I feel like the answer is probably going to be a resounding yes. We have to decide what to do with the seniors, and I think we'll have to come back to that in the next video, because it's usually not very pretty. I think we're doing pretty great here, though. This mod is extremely powerful. Honestly, it feels a little bit too powerful. It's so gosh dang good. But I'm absolutely digging it, and we have survived pretty much every type of natural disaster already. So that kind of puts us through our paces. In theory, as long as we expand carefully and sustainably, we can handle any threats that Mars is going to be able to throw at us, at least until we get to our mystery events. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, please hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe to that notify bell, and I'll see you guys next time.